Всем привет! И сегодня мы продолжаем проходить сюжетку главную. И отправляемся мы в город. После чего там. После всякой этой колеи и финале. Фигну. Я до сих пор не понимаю, как лучше говорить. Так что пофиг. Идем. Так. Что тут? Ой, не помню. Понял. Давай без лагов, пожалуйста. Сколько тут
Sumero City! Ah, we finally made it! Oh, did you see that? When those people entered the city, something on their heads lit up.
One moment, please, you two. It appears this is your first time visiting Sumeru City.
Oh, yeah, that's right. But
Because there's currently no information on either of you in the Akasha. But no need to worry, that won't prevent you from entering the city. In fact, the Academia conveniently provides each traveler to Sumeru City with a device. Perhaps you two have heard of the Akasha before. It's our beloved greater look. After centuries of tireless research on the Akasha, the Academia created one of its most ingenious inventions. As long as you are within Sumeru's borders, you may use an Akasha terminal to connect directly to the Akasha and access any knowledge you need. I should mention that due to technical limitations, the operation of Akasha terminals will be much smoother and more effective in large cities such as Sumeru.
oh, so this is the thing that Tainari was telling us about. It sounds
You two are quite fortunate. Until recently, it was standard practice to only issue Akasha terminals to outlanders who spent an extended amount of time in Sumeru. Here are your Akasha terminals.
it kind of looks like a leaf.
To activate it, simply hold it in your hand and say the following phrase to yourself. May the mighty God bless...
Oh, says this little doodad lets you access knowledge. Maybe we can use it to find a way to meet. May the mighty God bless us with their. Whoa! Just now, something clicked, and Paimon suddenly knew how to use this thing. It seems all we need to do is concentrate on what we want to know, and bam! You get.
Exactly. That is the power of the Akasha. And with that, let me officially welcome you both to Sumeru City. May the wisdom of the Dendro Archon always be your guide.
Okay, now that we're in, we can check the Akasha about Lesser Lord Kusanagi. 500 years ago, the sages found a newly born deity from within some scorched ruins. The deity now resides. Okay, next, let's concentrate on asking how to meet her. Huh? Oh, come on! Ugh. Focusing on this question feels like when you have something you're trying. Ugh. Paimon's brain is exhausted. Oh, smart idea. But what are you going to ask it? You too? Well, glad it's not just Paimon. Paimon's getting all teary-eyed all of a sudden. Huh. Could it be because we're Outlanders and we've only just arrived in Sumero? Well, seems no matter which way we try, we can't find anything that'll lead us to Lesser Lord. He's from Sumeru and even has a position in the Academia. Maybe he'll be able to access more info from the Akasha. Let's see. Tainari wrote an address on the letter's envelope. Oh, it's not far from the city's gate. Let's head over and have a look. Hopefully he's at home. Hello, are you Rohawi?
Yes, that's me.
Great! You see, Tainari sent us here.
What? Tainari? Please, there's no need to say anything, really. Sure, I admit that the article I published last month wasn't my best work, and maybe the data didn't produce the most convincing results, but...
Here, this is a letter from Tainari.
Oh, let me see. Ah! Ooh, seems even Tainari acknowledges my innate ability for procuring information.
We want to meet with Lesser Lord Kusanali. Do you know a way?
You mean you want to meet the Dendro Archon herself? This isn't exact...
А как ты его дойдешь?
Sorry, the Akasha didn't respond to...
What? You too? But what about your abilities for getting information and all that?
Well, as I said, this isn't my area of expertise. I am but a lowly researcher, so the Akasha doesn't see a need for me to know. All I know is that ever since Lesser Lord Kusanali returned to Sumeru, she's never left the Sanctuary of Sorasthana.
Huh. Didn't expect her to be such a mistake.
The Dendro Archon is somewhat of a recluse. Perhaps she just doesn't want to entertain visitors, which would explain the lack of information in the Akasha.
Aw, but then what can we do?
No need to worry just yet. I'm only hypothesizing here. And besides, you two should consider the bright side of things. Not being able to see Lesser Lord Kus... In this world, there will always be information you cannot obtain from the Akasha, and things you can never accomplish. Take me, for example. It's a miracle if my brain cells can spit out one paper every 3 years. But Tainari? That guy can
Okay.
Don't mention it. If you two ever want information about things like who's been promoted within the Academia or relations between the 6 great sages, come find me. Hey, come on. This is a survival skill at...
Oh, Paimon's expectations were pretty low, but this is so low, it's like, so what do we do now? Even if we want to talk to someone, we don't know anybody here. Huh? Like who? Oh, you're right! Catherine! The Adventurers Guild has it.
И чё стоим? Да, постоим. Это что, из-за людей вот такая... Надо побыстрее здесь поговорить, а то будут проблемы с лагами и зависаниями. Привет.
Ad Astra Abyssosk. Hello, Traveler and Paimon.
Catherine, we need your help with something.
Understood. The Adventurers Guild is always...
We want to meet with Lesser Lord Kusanali. Do you know a way we can do that?
You two wish to meet with Sumeru's Archon. Understood. Please wait.
Хрень тебе.
I apologize, but I am unable to call up any relevant information in the Akasha. I'm all...
Aww, another dead end. Well, if Catherine can't help us, then we...
Please do not worry. I may know of someone who can... In Sumeru, the Adventurers Guild does not serve as the vanguard of information. Rather, there are numerous active mercenary groups They take on various contracts and work all across Sumeru. An Eremite brigade called the Corps of 30 is in charge of Sumeru City's defenses. Not only are they...
Corps of 30? What a weird name.
Supposedly, they are named as such because their ranks number. Asfand, an advisor with the Corps of 30, maintains good relations with the Adventurers Guild. Though he's already retired. If you'd like to get in contact with him, you can find him at the Corps of 30's headquarters, the Citadel of... You're welcome. I wish you two the best of luck. We look forward to your exploit.
Alright, off to the Citadel of Razor we go!
Наверху. Надеюсь, недолго будут телепортироваться. Знаю эту загрузку, телевизор будем грузить. Давай, без проблем грузись. Так. Этих ну, здорово.
Welcome. The Adventurers Guild told me to expect you two.
It's nice to meet you, Asfand. We'd like to ask you...
I see. So, Catherine's the one who... Ha! It's true that the Eremites' network is vast, but even I can't help you meet the Dendro Archon.
Wait, seriously?
Afraid so. The Eremites aren't terribly religious, so we don't know much about divinities. As we originally came from the desert, the gods there died off long ago. Since those days, we've used our own two hands. It isn't just us, though. If you ask me, I think most in Sumero.
Oh? Why's that?
Just take the Academia, for example. They're the ones who truly rule Sumeru. Although they believe in gods, most of them, in their eyes, she was the one who founded Sumeru and gifted us with the Akasha. Lesser Lord Kus. Because of the Academia's influence, most citizens are more familiar with Greater Lord. Not to mention that Lesser Lord Kusanali never makes an appearance. And the Academia never announces anything about her. As far as...
Really? Aw. After...
Ha! But who knows? We're all just guessing when it comes down to...
Alright. Well, thanks for...
No problem. Always happy.
Тупо спрашивать, в принципе.
Seems Asfand was right about most people's attitudes here.
Ну, а чё, логично, они же обычные люди.
Not only are they not interested in the Dendro Archon, they even say stuff like, if the Akasha doesn't think I should know, then I don't need to know about it. We've been asking for information non-stop ever since we got to Sumero. But the harder we try, the more helpless everything seems. Isn't there at least one person in this entire city who cares about Lesser Lord Kus...
Oh, you two are interested in Lesser Lord Kusanali?
Huh? Who are you?
From the sound of it, you two are Outlanders who recently arrived here. You've been asking around for information on Lesser Lord... Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot to introduce myself. I'm Dunyarzad, one of Lesser Lord Kusanali's faithful followers.
Whoa, really? Then do you know how we can meet with her?
I'm afraid I can't help you with that. But your conversation earlier did happen to remind me of a legend about... Sure. It goes like this. Long, long ago, there was a man who heard a prophecy.
Ясно.
It predicted that a great calamity
Я
panicked by
понял
what he
тебя.
heard. The man sought out the Dendro Archon in hopes that she would bless him with the wisdom to help him escape his predicament.
Нет, я бы не увидел, там мы бы были.
The man journeyed across deserts and through rainforests and experienced tribulations of every kind. However,
Ясно.
in despair, he thought, alas, the Archon has abandoned me. He then had no choice but to sorrow.
Okay, and then what happened?
And then, the calamity came. But to his own surprise, the man felt somehow emboldened by the... At that moment, a bird perched upon his shoulder. This bird was, in fact, an... Oh, Archon Seeker. Do you now understand She and her wisdom have long been found. Along your journey, we were in every flower and blade of grass, every ray of sparkling sun, and every breath of dancing wind.
Yeah, thanks for the story. Paimon feels all warm and
In a way, it seems like this story is also one of the...
Dunyarzad, since you worship Lesser Lord Kusanali, can you tell us?
Of course. So did you two... I'm terribly sorry, but it seems something's come up now.
Через этих, что ли? Куда? Из этих, я так понял.
Wait! What the heck just happened? It looks like they're searching for someone. Dunyarzad... This stinks! We finally managed to find a lead about Lesser Lord Kusanali. Let's see if we can get rid of them.
Hey, have you two seen a brown-haired girl wearing a purple top and a long blue dress? We're looking for her.
Did she have bandages wrapped around her wrists?
Yes, that's her. Did you see which direction?
Yeah, she went...
Quick, after her!
That should keep them busy.
Это что? Одесса. Щедрый, благородный. Красавец. Куда идти-то? Иди, что ли?
There you are, Dunyarzad. We thought you might have been long gone by now.
Oh, it's you two. Oh,
You can relax now. We threw those people looking for you.
Really? Thank you so much. Unfortunately... Uh-oh. Looks like there are some coming this way.
Huh? More of them? Then what if...
No, wait, my body isn't in the best shape. It's... Okay, sounds good. There's a tavern on the other side of the port we can go to.
All right, let's move out. Stay behind us. We'll keep...
Иди в таверну. Иди в таверну. Настолько таверна крутится. И что грузится таверна? Таверна грузится. Все, таверна сдохла. Здорово. Это так таверна загрузилась, а? Аж все зависло. И долго будет грузиться таверна? Я так понял, долго. Я так думаю, лучше на паузу поставить, потому что я так понял, она будет грузиться долго. Я не представляю, что там в таверне грузится, что она так долго грузится. Ну ладно, так что на паузу отойду. Так, наконец загрузилась. Понятно, почему она
We
грузилась.
made it. Oh, they shouldn't be able to find us now. Wait, stand down, Dia.
Почему она говорит, если... Ладно.
My lady, who are these two?
They're travelers that I met on the street just a moment ago. They happened to notice that you were all searching for me, so they helped me hide.
I see. In that case, you two should scram. There's nothing here for you.
Wait a sec. Who the heck are you?
I'm Miss Dunyarzad's bodyguard, here to see that she returns home safe and sound.
Понятно.
My lady, let's get going. You've been gone for so long that your parents are worrying themselves sick.
Так, понятно.
And if I refuse to go with you?
It'd be easier for the both of us if you cooperated. But if you insist on not going, then I'll have to carry you like a sack of potatoes.
Hey, do
Stay out of this. You don't understand the situation. Sorry, my lady. Even though I'm your bodyguard, your parents are my employers.
How much?
Wait, what?
How much more do I have to pay you to become your employer? So you never listen to my parents ever again. Double?
My lady, this isn't about Mora. I don't know what you think of us Eremites, but let me say this. I like Mora, but I'll never go against my principles. That's why I'm here looking for you. Sure, it's an order from my employer, but... And knowing your health, carelessly running around like this is gonna hurt ya. For the sake of those who love you, don't be stubborn.
No, you're wrong. I'm aware of my limits, and I know what I'm doing. And I know perfectly well that it makes no difference if I'm at home or not. I still won't accept reality, and every time I bring this up, they just change the subject. Dia, you've been living with us a long time already. Dia, I know it hasn't been easy for Mother and Father, and I'm grateful for everything they've done for me. But there's someone else in this world because she saved me. The love I have for her is the same I have for my... This is my life and my last chance.
My lady, are you sure what you're doing now is meaningful?
Yes, I'm sure. At least...
Fine, I won't ask you to return home anymore. But let me make something very clear. I'm only doing this because I respect your determination.
Thank you, Dia. Sorry for being so rude just now.
Don't worry about it, my lady. I did say that I like Mora. Besides, today's little excursion caused such a ruckus that every single bodyguard at the estate was deployed. Since this definitely won't be your last escapade, here's a little tip. You should at least make it look like your room and things are still in order when you leave. Also, I'll let you hire me, my lady. This way, everyone wins. As for the pay, let's say half of what your father pays me.
Okay, deal.
Yay! Looks like they've reached an understanding.
I'm fine, really. I just feel a little tired.
My lady, stop trying to look tough. We're already in a tavern, so let's rest up.
I'm sorry for worrying you two. If you don't mind, I'd like...
Sure! After you rest up, we want to hear more about Lesser Lord Kusuna.
А я думал, это уши. Это оказывается у меня прическа такая. Ну-ка, это же прическа. Не уши в жопе.
Ha! Well, if it isn't Dia, haven't seen you in nearly... Word on the street is that you're a bodyguard for the Homayani family now.
Nah, you get used to it. How about a menu over here?
Ну да, у нее это прическа.
You got it, huh? Isn't this little Miss Homayani herself? We don't get to serve personages.
Thank you, sir, but there's no need. I don't have a lot of Mora on me, and I really ought to save as much as I... but please bring these two the best food you have. They're my new friends, so I want to be a good host for them.
Wait, we're paying for ourselves now? Aw, Paimon kinda wanted to try something fancy.
How about our coconut charcoal cakes? They're our signature snack, and they run cheap. Look, other customers over there are eating some now.
Нифига себе лепешка.
They look kind of burnt and dry. Paimon will pass. Hey, come on! Paimon has personal preferences too, you know. Dunyarzad, we asked a lot of people when we first arrived, and almost nobody was interested in Lesser Lord.
Well, remember when you asked me if I knew how to meet the Dendro Archon? Even though I don't know how...
Huh? Really?
Yes, it was when I was a child. At the time, my illness had kept me bedridden for the better part of a year. I was stuck inside and couldn't make any friends, and my parents did their best to find treatments for me. My younger self no longer had any hopes or dreams. One flare-up was so bad that I was in a semi-conscious state for several days. Then one night, I woke up alone in my room. I was terrified. My body was paralyzed. Even if I cried, there was no sound. At that moment, an ethereal voice spoke in my mind. Dunyarzad, don't be scared.
Dunyarzad, don't be scared. You don't have to cry. Who are you? How do you... how do I explain this? You might not be able to understand. Really? Of course. I know that you're scared of thunder. That you hate taking medicine every morning. Wow, you really do know everything. Dunyarzad, is there anything you want? What? Not really. Huh? But aren't you a child? All children have been... Can you make my illness go? Oh. I'm sorry. Then, can you be my friend?
After that, the voice said, "Okay, I'll be your friend." Although my body was suffering during those days, that voice encouraged me and told me many wondrous things. Beyond my window was the flourishing Sumero city. Beyond the city was a lush rainforest. And once I finally made it through that bout of illness, I couldn't hear that voice anymore. I told my mom, but I know that that voice wasn't a figment of my imagination. Before that, I had never heard of Teyvat. Yes, for sure. If it weren't for that voice, I would have never grown curious about the outside world. Nor would I have learned how to... That voice sparked a desire for wisdom. It had to have been the Dendro Archon. I've been hoping for a chance to repay her kindness. In fact, I was running around today to help prepare the Sub-Zero's festival for her.
What's the Sub-Zero's festival?
It's Lesser Lord Kusanali's birthday, which was the day that she was found by the sages. It's actually an old holiday that originally celebrated Greater Lord Rukkhadevata's birthday. When she passed away, the holiday eventually became a celebration of the Lesser Lord. I heard everyone was overjoyed when they welcomed her back to Sumero. In those days, but because of the Academia's influence, people have gradually lost interest. The Academia actively participates in Sumero's many holidays dedicated to Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. But when it comes to the Sub-Zero's festival, forget any maybe they see Lesser Lord Kusanali's birth as confirmation of Greater Lord Rukkhadevata's death. So they're reluctant to...
Aww, but that's awful.
It is. It's absolutely sure the Greater Lord founded Sumeru. But hasn't Lesser Lord Kusanali been the one quietly protecting us for the past few hundred years?
Just remember that we're still out in public.
I know that people over by the Grand Bazaar still hold the Sub-Zero's festival to this day. But I hadn't met any of them before. But recently, I made a friend there who also follows Lesser Lord Kusanali. I gave her my savings because I want her to throw a wonderful festival this year. That's the least I could do for Lesser Lord Kusanali.
Hold on, my lady. Does this friend happen to be Nilu, the one who sends flowers to the estate?
Right.
Yes, that's her.
I saw her leaving the other day with a nervous look on her face. It seemed like she was hiding something in her arms. Did you give her something?
Yes. Initially, I didn't have much more prepared, so I had Nilu sell one of my skirts. I've agreed with Nilu to meet up at the Grand Bazaar today and see how things are coming along. Dia, would...
Sure. That's quite the trip, though. I'll carry you.
Yeah,
No, that would be too much, even for you.
You might as well just accept the lift. If I let you walk, who knows how long it'll take us. And if anything happens to you, then I'd really never hear the end of it.
But of course. Nilu will be thrilled to hear there are more people in...
Музыка как будто романтика, блин. Ну, наверное, лучше сюда такое перепрыгнуть. Музыка, как будто мы прям... Я вот не понимаю, вот как ее, блядь, я уж забыл. С прической, как с ушами. Я так и не понял. Это прическа или уши? Хвоста вроде нету. Но глаза какие-то необычные. Вот. Человек она или нет, все-таки вот. Хрен поймешь. Потому что у людей глаза обычно не такого вида. Ну, когда-нибудь узнаем. Особенно с этой прогрузкой, блин. Ну что, загрузиться-то куда буду, да? Не буду. Снова грузиться буду через любую. О, здорово.
Sorry I'm late, Nilu.
Oh, Dunyarzad. It was taking you so long that I assumed you got trapped at home. Uh-oh. But if Dia's here, that means you got caught, right?
You could say that, but everything worked out. She's on our side now.
Ага, сколы.
Not completely.
Oh. And who are these two?
Oh, meet the Traveler and Paimon, my two newest friends. They're visitors who just arrived at Sumero.
So you're followers from another land? Oh, really? Well, that's okay. You're still invited to the... By the way, Dunyarzad, we've already started decorating the Grand Bazaar. It looks spectacular. Thanks to your generous contribution.
Понял, куда деньги ушли.
You're very welcome. It's the only thing I could do. Do you still have an...
Probably? But don't sweat it. We've already finished renovating the stage.
Сейчас там нет скамора, там, да, чуть-чуть. Чуть-чуть. Мать. Что это? Я не помню. Не помню, как город называется.
Wow! This place is...
Not bad. Huh. Last time I was here, the stairs were full of holes.
The stairs were nothing. A little while ago, we discovered that the tree above the stage had a huge chunk of bark ready to fall off. We reported it to the academia many times, but they never sent anyone to deal with it. We didn't want anything bad happening.
Oh, probably because it was the theater asking.
The academia looks down on performers like us. They probably think it would be better. We can't let that happen, though. Not only would everyone involved in the theater go hungry, thank the Dendro Archon for Dunyarzad, but the more she gave us, we hired someone to patch up the stage is going to be even prettier when it's festival time.
And I can't wait to see you on the stage. You've been practicing so long already. It's almost time for your dream to become reality.
It's our dream. Nilu, what are you gonna be doing at the...
She'll be dancing the dance of Sub-Zeros, the most important performance.
Dunyarzad, have you told him the origin of this holiday?
Нет.
I only told them about the Greater Lord and Lesser Lord so far.
Okay. Then I'll tell you two about how this holiday came to be.
Да.
According to legend, the Sub-Zeros festival was originally the Goddess of Flowers' birthday celebration for a long, long time ago. On one of Greater Lord Rukkhadevata's birthdays, her friend, some of the gods got drunk. One started playing music, and the Greater Lord started singing. So the Goddess of Flowers, as she danced upon the grass, countless beautiful parisaras began to bloom wherever those brilliant purple flowers became her dazzling stage. All the gods clamored, "Oh, if only time could stop at this very moment." Huh? Really? Oh, you probably mean because all the gods, although they aren't around anymore, they're preserved in our tradition of dance. This outfit I'm wearing, though we're just tiny people compared to the divine, we still have to do our...
Nilu, you of all people will definitely be able to convey our well wishes to the Dendro Archon. I also noticed that you went the extra...
They symbolize the Goddess of Flowers, after all. It's just a shame that all...
Yeah. The Greater Lord brought forth Patisaras in memory of the Goddess of Flowers. But she ultimately could never truly replicate that.
Thinking about the Goddess of Flowers dance makes me wish I could have seen it. If my stage were anything like that, I'd be thrilled. So, Traveler and Paimon, what do you think?
All of Lesser Lord Kusanali's followers will be there for her birthday. It'll be a good up...
Ooh, Paimon thinks that's a great idea! Hey, come on! There's nothing wrong with enjoying a festival. Besides, it's Lesser Lord Kusanali's birthday.
So how about we all attend the Sub-Zero's festival together?
Junior Zod, let me show you which stage decorations we've picked out so far. Everyone at the Grand Bazaar loves Lesser Lord Kusanali. In that case, we'll take a look around.
Давай. Общение с тобой потом. Здорово.
Dancing at the Sub-Zero's as a child. I even asked my grandmother why we performed the dance for the Lesser Lord. My grandmother said that Greater Lord Rukkhadevata is a beloved deity and honored by all. The Sub-Zero's festival has been losing its appeal over the years. That is, until a wealthy benefactor stepped in this year.
Ой. Вау. С ним поговорил.
Whoa! What's with your yellow hair? And why do your clothes look so... Did you know that the Sub-Zero's festival is about to happen? There'll be loads of fun things to do at the festival. But the...
Milu, your outfit looks amazing. There's also something different about you from...
I thought I'd add a little extra pizzazz to my...
Wow, did you sew all that yourself?
Uh-huh. Sewing is a fundamental skill for everyone in the theater company because we make all our own costumes. I've noticed that you can't keep your eyes off that...
May I?
Of course. The legends say that the goddess of flowers had beautiful horns on her head, so this crown was made to reflect that.
Things are really shaping up, and there's a buzz around the festival this year. We're expecting people from all... Don't be fooled into thinking that Sumeru City has the best of everything. And when it comes to musicians, dancers, or singers, the Grand Bazaar's got the best of the best. Sure, those folks...
Huh. Revamping the stage for the festival couldn't have been easy, that's for sure. I bet this year's festival will be one to remember.
Я не пойму, ты человек или нет? Женщина. Глаза у тебя необычные. Вот кто ты? Кто ты, воин? В жопе никто нету. Тут ничего нету. Вот кто ты? Глаза у тебя вот необычные. Скажи мне, пожалуйста, кто ты?
I don't know much about the Grand Bazaar, but I do know that the residents here have a penchant for song and dance. Oh, and the perfume sold around here is a lot better than what you'll find elsewhere. The fragrances are longer lasting. I mean, that's, what...
Hey! Is that who Paimon thinks it is? It looks like... Catherine! Huh. Come to think of it, Paimon's only ever seen her behind the counter at the Adventurers Guild. This is the first time we've ever seen her taking a break. Hey, Catherine!
Что он тут делает? Интересно.
Oh, hey! It's the Traveler and Paimon!
Whoa. Break time Catherine sure sounds a lot less formal than usual. Paimon was still waiting for her to say Ad Astra Abyssosk.
Sure. Standing behind the counter at the Adventurers Guild doesn't require any complicated fun, but saying and doing the same old things over and over again can get pretty monotonous. But take you two, for example. You travel across to...
Well, we enjoy traveling across Teyvat and all that, but we're mainly looking for...
Yes, you should keep searching. Sometimes the answers we're looking for aren't necessarily at our...
Huh. Haven't we heard someone say something pretty similar recently?
No, not particularly. I guess you could say that I'm loving the recent atmosphere here. If festivals... Oh, it looks like it's...
All right, we'll see you next time at the Adventurers Guild. Oh, by the way, thanks for connecting us with the Eremites. We've already made some great friends in Sumeri.
I'm sure you two will get along well with the people here. You've already been blessed by the element of Dendro.
Пока.
There's something
Ну
really
да.
different.
Hey, traveler. Paimon.
Oh, hey, Dia. What?
I've got something to tell ya. My lady knows you're looking for ways to meet Lesser Lord Kusanali, and she's been trying to come up with a way.
Are you serious? We'd love that.
It might not necessarily pan out, so don't get your hopes up too much. I'll need to take you two somewhere and ask. My lady is feeling a little worn out at the moment. Nilu's found a place for her to rest.
Sounds like a plan. Let's head over to the Citadel of Rexar and wait for Dia.
Сюда ты. А зачем я же мог выйти? По привычке. Да, я мог выйти, да? Ну да, мог выйти. Ну ладно. Так, и что у нас тут?
Sorry, I'm late. It took some convincing for the master and mistress to believe that Miss Dunyarzad was only sitting in the port for a while because she was... Anyway, I guess I should be thanking you. I haven't seen Miss Dunyarzad that happy in a long time. If it wasn't for you two, she...
You sure sound a whole lot nicer than when we first met, Dia. Who would have thought you had...
It's called being a professional. I'm a bodyguard, and I work for whoever's paying.
Вот ты человек, а? Чудят за глаза.
Look, Dia's blush.
Listen, you two. I don't expect to be working for Miss Dunyarzad very long, but I hope to finish things on a positive note if possible. Let's cut the chit-chat and head into the Citadel. We'll see if the person I know... Oh, hey, Chief.
Это снова не он случай.
Ha, Dia! What are you doing here? And well...
I take it you all know each other already?
Mm-hmm. We met this morning after the Adventurers Guild pointed us to...
No kidding. Huh. So, where's Ruksha? I thought I'd help these two out by asking about the theft. Anything you can tell him?
О краже? Чего?
Ruksha's gone over to the Academia. The Grand Sage recently ordered Sumera City to begin bolstering its defense. Since you've already mentioned the theft, I suppose...
Appreciate it, Chief.
Theft?
Just recently, the Academia lost something, and there's a chance the item is connected with the Dendro Archon. This case might...
I suppose that's one way to look at it. But if you ask me, let me fill you in. The Academia recently sent a convoy to pick up an important package from Aru village. The Grand Sage took the whole matter very seriously. Not only did he dispatch the Matra, but also enlisted our help in the search for lead.
You two have heard of Port Ormos, haven't you? It's the largest commercial port in all of Sumeru. You can trap... The Academia's grip isn't long enough to reach all the way to Port Ormos, so the city's a little more laid back.
Apparently what was lost has a great deal to do with the Akasha, knowledge. If you're interested, maybe you could head to Port Ormos and ask around yourselves. If you want my advice, try
Are you serious, Chief? All the Academia students are in Sumeru City, you know.
If you're also interested, just go there and see what happens.
Некоторые там занимаются. Не помню.
Count me out. I've got plenty of work to do here for the Homayani family. And take it from me, if you two really do decide to visit Port Ormos, you'd best watch your backs. Let's just say that the Eremites there aren't nearly as friendly as those here in Sumeru. There are even some extremists who go around shouting slogans like, "Retake Sumeru for the Scarlet King." Word is that more and more are joining their movement. They're becoming a real headache for Chief and the others.
You bet they are. The Scarlet King's been dead for thousands of years.
Not everyone's like you, Chief. Even the desert natives who abandoned their homes in the wilderness still wish to have a god of their own. Well, Traveler, that's about all the information we have for you.
Thanks, Dia! And you too, Osfond! Since we've gathered all we could for the moment in Sumeru City, let's head to Port Ormos and see what—
Miss Dunyarzad is looking forward to seeing you both at the Sub-Zeru's festival, so be sure to get yourselves back here in time for that. Good. Then we'll see you both at the Sub-Zeru's festival.
Так. О, хорошо, что я телепорт открыл. Сейчас бы пиздохнул туда. Вот такой. А, ну тут есть эти. А, ну они у меня не активированы. Я бы шел пешком. А тут хоба. Я что сделал? Так, давай-ка ты снова не будешь грузиться через жопу. Хотя логично, что оно у меня будет долго грузиться. Это ж Сумера. Дофига растительностей, блин. Давай грузись быстрее. Давай. Мне, походу, придется на паузу ставить в некоторых моментах, потому что я так понял, из того, что здесь дофига всего, из-за этого загрузка просто долго крутит. Несмотря на то, что у меня вроде не нагружается даже компьютер. Просто проблема в самой загрузке и рендеринге. То есть у меня вот лагает типа в некоторых местах, но это все равно не проблема. Но загрузка от этого не должна влиять. Я хз, почему у меня так долго грузит. Потому что у меня все нормально. И с интернетом, и с компьютером. Так что в некоторых местах, скорее всего, придется мне просто на паузу ставить их в загрузках. Потому что они здесь туподово долго будут грузиться. Так что я резко могу поставить на паузу. Ну вот что вот за прогрузка, блин, телефон. У меня ПК не телефон, вот что вот это загрузка.
Come and have a good look yourself. Traditional spices of the
Rama.
highest quality, made with pride and experience.
You've got a deal. I can't thank you enough for always looking after my...
Believe me, I'm not making this up. Several Eremite mercenary groups are nearly in open conflict, but does the core of 30 care?
Wow! Talk about hurly-burly! This place is busy! Guess that's only to be expected for the largest... Let's get our bearings so we can start... We know that whatever the Academia lost is related to the god. Osford told us to try posing as Academia students while asking around. Paimon doesn't get it. Won't we look even more suspicious going around saying we're Academia students and asking about the stolen item? Well, given all the people that come through here every day, if there's any information...
Эльха. Ну вот. Какая-то столица или город эльф. Ну ты... Эльхам, блин. Эльхам. Ой, ну именно, честное слово.
Welcome. How can I help you too?
Hi there. We would like to ask you a question.
Of course. Especially around this time of year. Students from Sumeru City that are about... Many people often talk about how hard it is to get accepted into the academia, let alone graduate. But though... Sure, we may not be Sumeru City, but Port Ormos offers beautiful scenery and a stress-free environment. Some even... you see over there? Those are students from the academia. They've been looking worried and miserable ever since they got here a few days ago. If you ask me, the life of a merchant is better. So long as the Akasha teach...
Those students seem to be
Я понял.
It's no good. I've tried asking around, but I haven't been able to learn anything useful. Not to mention that a bunch of
There's been a lot of fighting between the different Eremite factions in Port Ormos. If we choose to move on our own, then it would be wise to steer clear of them. Especially the group that's constantly shouting some stuff about the Scarlet King and some resurrection. I've even heard that the Citadel of Regzar is starting to get fed up with them.
They're called Ain el Akhmar. Today, I heard that the thing we're after might be in their possession at the—
Wait, come again?
Don't you see? Many of the Eremites in Port Ormos deal with trading. They're usually pretty wary of outsiders, but not so with students of the academia. It's because the kind of goods that students are looking for aren't the kind of goods that Eremites are. I've heard that Ain el Akhmar likes to set up shop at the Jafar Tavern. Supposedly, if you're willing to—
Wait, did you say 500,000? If information alone costs that much, then how could we ever afford to buy what we're looking for?
I wouldn't worry too much. Our field of research is very niche. Who else could possibly be after that kind of—
Oh, I guess that makes sense. And the only thing left for us now is to find a way in. Why don't—
Whoa! Did you hear that? A niche field of research and shady knowledge? It all sounds pretty suspicious to Paimon. So, what's your plan? Wait, didn't you hear what they just said? Buying information is going to cost us 500,000 mora! Have you lost your mind? Oh, all right. Paimon never thought she'd agree to parting with that kind.
Да, у нас же денег прям мало. Мало, да? Сколько у меня денег? Нет, я понимаю, это игровые, но если бы... Сколько? У меня 27 лямов, если не ошибаюсь. И... То есть... Каких-то 500 000, блин. Ну да. Помню. Уф. Блять, из сразу такие имена тут, ну, каких-то странных. Я ничего не против имею, но, блин, такие смешные, что пипец. Я не туда пошел, да? Никуда, извините, я просто... Куда мне идти-то? Некоторых имен еще нету даже. Куда? Что это? Что это такое?
Port Ormos is pretty great. There's so many new and interesting things. Not to mention, Sumeru's largest commercial port sure lives up to its name. Look at all the merchants.
How did things end up like this?
All thanks to your artistic license. That's how.
But when I finished the prototype Aranara yesterday, you agreed—
Well, I never thought they'd dislike it so much.
Oh, what should we do?
Whoa. Yeah. Compared to everyone else, they seem really down in the dumps. Let's go find out what's going on.
Потому что ивент, это скорее всего ивент, потому что ивент такой.
Hey there. Paimon's name is Paimon, and you—
Oh, I noticed you two a moment ago. Welcome to Akara Crafts. What's bothering us is this prototype Aranara.
Prototype Aranara? You mean this wood carving here?
Oh, there we have it. The verdict—
Not the first negative feedback we've had.
So, what exactly is a...
So for context, Aranara are magical creatures in Sumeru fairy tale for the store's 20th anniversary. We plan to release a series of hand-carved toys. This is a prototype we made to get an idea of how they would react. When we put it out there, the reaction was not quite what...
They thought it looked like a mushroom too, huh?
No, worse than that, actually. I can't quite describe it.
This is not an Aranara. No, I've read Uncle Tanja's Aranara and the Ill Little Fungus. It says that Aranara are supposed to be chubby and squishy.
Toys do look better when Uncle Tonder said in Aranara's vow that you can deceive the eyes, but this carving makes me feel into it at all. Ooh, didn't put his heart into it, huh?
Kassid and Alia didn't like this carving, but I think it's okay. It doesn't look too happy, so it's got a bit...
Oh, a positive review!
Yeah, so I would totally ask my dad to get it for me, if it...
Oh, well, that took a sudden turn for the worse. We asked the children for their opinions.
Oh, how did it go? Has it maybe, grown on them at all? Oh, this is such a shame. Why?
Oh, the kids kept mentioning an Uncle Tanger too.
Uncle Tanger is a famous children's author. He wrote quite a few stories in the past, but none of them were popular among children. Just like our prototype Aranara. But around a year or so ago, he suddenly had a eureka moment or something. And suddenly the...
That's right. My little Ghaffari loves his stories too. The whole reason we asked Tanja for guidance. But right after he agreed, he went off to Gandharvaville with his... We were running out of time, so we had no choice but to carve an Aranara. As you can see...
Oh, we have to... Hey! Since you're the famous traveler, could you do us a favor and look for Tanger in Gandharv? He doesn't have to come in person if he's too busy. Just, please, if only to put a smile on the children's face.
They seem pretty desperate. Let's help them out. To see the kids smile. Yep. Whoop.
Так, это чей ивент? Что? Я просто не понимаю, это ивент? Да, это ивент. Извините. Понятно, еще одна камера. Нам можно... Да. Нам нужна таверна. А ивент мы будем проходить повторно. Я так понял, ивент у нас открылся уже, да, полностью? Или нет? А, нет, то есть... А, ты сама... А, все понял. Это самое такое...
This is the place we heard those students talking about.
Здесь никого
Let's
нет.
find a seat somewhere and see if we can spot the group they mentioned.
How can there be
Talk to the bartender if you want to.
Oh, you've arrived. Please, take a seat.
So, they think that they can go toe-to-toe with the boss? Ha! Once we reclaim the power of the Scarlet King, they'll be the first that the boss punishes.
They're nothing to be afraid of. Our main rival now is the Caracal Battalion.
How can the Caracal Battalion compete with the boss when they're nothing but a bunch of money-grubbing opportunists out for a quick mora?
Yeah, with Boss's fervent devotion, he'll be able to use this power to bring...
All these guys talk about is the Scarlet...
Greater Lord Ruka Devata. That traitor and her followers must not be spared. The day will come when the Scarlet King exacts vengeance on Sumeru, and all of them shall be punished.
Yeah, Paimon was wondering what they meant too. We should ask about that.
Здорово. Да. Да. Читарим. 4.
Huh? Who are you? What do you want? A traveler?
Now's probably not the time to talk about that. Didn't the students say Eremites are wary of outsiders?
A student? Huh. What's a student from Sumeru City doing in Port Ormos? Ah, well, if it's info you want, you've come to the right place. The question is, can you afford it?
Paimon can't stand to see so much more ago. But there's no other choice.
Here, this is the merchant's address. Whatever you're looking for, you'll find it there. Well, what are you waiting for?
Oh, that's right. We heard you mention the Scarlet King just now. We're actually interested to know
Fine. Since you've already handed over the Mora, I guess I can throw in... As you can see, members of Ain al-Ahmar are devout believers of the Scarlet King. Years ago, the Scarlet King founded the great desert nation that was our homeland. It was an advanced civilization, far beyond anything you'll see in present day. The Scarlet King was the rightful god of wisdom, but he was betrayed by a companion he trusted. She even stripped him of his title, God of Wisdom.
So, you mean the...
Greater Lord Rukkhadevata, yes. That shameless wretch destroyed the Scarlet King's civilization, and our ancestors were forced to flee to this land where we were made to suffer the tyranny of our enemies. Furthermore, she conspired with the Academia to cover up the truth of her actions, and create the merciful and benevolent facade for which she is now known. Ugh, just thinking... But the story doesn't end there, oh no. The Scarlet King isn't truly dead. Mark my words, our god shall return. And when that day comes, all followers of the traitor and all the desert... If what I'm saying makes you shiver with fear, it might not be too late for you to become a believer of the Scarlet King. I don't have anything to say to you Academia people about that. I think this conversation has reached its end.
Not just yet. This man is a fraud.
You again? Deranged
Yes, it's me again. I already warned you that if you weren't willing to sit and discuss things with me, I'd take measures to make things uncomfortable for you. Listen to me. That address he gave you is fake. Or at least, you won't find a merchant waiting for you there. This group has been boasting all around that they can provide information on Once you show up, they keep up the act until they have hard evidence that you want to purchase said item. Then they use that to squeeze you—
Hey! Shut it, Al-Haytham! What are you playing at, trying to ruin our business like this, hm?
I told you the other day. I wish to discuss my term—
Ha! The boss made it perfectly clear that he—
Yes, and in no uncertain terms. But that was then.
I'm warning you. Don't push us, or this could get ugly. We don't usually get rough with people from the Academia—
If you're suggesting that we escalate this from a verbal exchange to a physical one, I accept. After all, even if, on the other hand, we can't agree on any means of negotiation at all, I will jeopardize the Eremite's reputation, which I know you value above all else. I am quite confident that if I began to take such action, your boss would willingly approach me himself. However, I fear that by then, some things will have— Also, a word of advice. I suggest you tell your boss exactly what happened here today.
What did you say?
Consider this. Have I ever failed to follow through on my word in the past?
This guy is really out of his mind.
Okay then. If you really have a death wish, let's meet a week from today. The pier in front of the Pharos Lighthouse, 4 o'clock in the afternoon, sharp. Don't expect us to hold back.
Not so fast. First, you return the 500,000 Mora to them.
Please, I beg you, don't provoke them. We can't afford any trouble with this crowd. They haven't even paid for their food yet.
Ah, Mr. Iman. There appears to be fewer staff in the restaurant recently. This wouldn't happen to be
well...
Someone who chooses to do business with a group like that really can't afford to get so flustered the instant someone confronts them about it. Consider the meal compensation for our silence. I'd say you're getting an excellent deal.
Whoa, did you see that? He not only got us our Mora back, but sent the M+. Plus, he seems to know a lot about what's going on around here. He went that way! After him! Wait up! It's Al-Haytham, right?
What do you want? No need for thanks. My goal was to get to them, and you two gave me just the opportunity. Oh, I advise you to keep your distance from them, since they weren't able to make off with your Mora in the end. All right. Goodbye.
Hold your horses! We still have something... Since you tore through their scam right in front of them, you...
Who exactly are you two? And why are you a student? Right. Look, you should know that those thugs conducting business with you had nothing to do with your lie.
Huh? Oh, yeah! He's really strong. Weren't you saying something about a physical exchange? We can help?
He doesn't even have a vision. Forget it.
Maybe not, but he can still use elemental energy. Otherwise, there's no way we'd go asking for info from those high-headed thugs are definitely gonna bring a lot of backup for your next meeting, even if you don't go...
All right, I accept. Got a pen and paper? If you're we'll reconvene at the appointed time by the pier. It doesn't matter if you show up.
So, since you were happy to give us this merchant's information...
You were willing to part with 500,000 mora for something and you... Okay. Well, if you truly are as skilled as you claim, then you can beat the answer. Look, if you've been making inquiries, then you have to know something by now. Tell me what you know so far.
We know it's connected to the academia somehow, and that not only do the Eremites deal in it...
You know almost everything there is to know, but you're unable to compile this information because you've never seen This is what you've been looking for.
Paimon can't tell what it is.
This is a knowledge capsule. To put it simply, it's a vessel that can store a fixed quantity of canned knowledge. Anyone who links it to their personal Akasha terminal instantly becomes privy to its contents. Correct. Anyone. Unlike the Akasha, which heavily regulates who can access what information.
That's amazing!
It's essentially a convenient and harmless vestibule for knowledge. Unfortunately, it's illegal. They were created as a means for scholars to transfer knowledge gained from Irminsul into the Akasha, and are intended to be destroyed immediately after. But despite strict regulations, some of these knowledge capsules will always escape destruction. After all, there will always... Over the past century, a wide variety of canned knowledge has been leaked from the academia. Now, meanwhile, those which the Eremites deem to be useless to them occasionally... Well, I think that about sums it up. Ah, so that's your true objective. With our current arrangement, I don't believe I can offer an answer. You're still resolved. Fine.
Скорее всего, поговорим с ним немножечко и закончим. Потому что уже час где-то. Сюжетку проходит.
Let's continue our conversation here. If you wish to learn more about the knowledge capsule that the Academia lost, then you must help me with something. I need you to find someone named Dory, a traveling merchant. Unlike the peddlers who hawk inferior knowledge capsules, she often has quality goods in stock. Some say she's guarded against people from the Academia because most of her wares don't comply with Academia I think she blacklisted me. I met with her informant, but become one of Dory's customers and earn her trust. This is
Why do you want us to meet with her?
Until you complete this task, you don't have question privileges.
Fine.
You two are outlanders who haven't been here for long, so Dory should view you as safe clients. I'll give you the informant's address and their contact. Beyond the password, though, I have no way of knowing what other tricks she might have up her sleeve.
This is kind of nerve-wracking.
The true challenge begins after you meet her. She has a keen nose for Mora and a shrewd eye for wares, and she only likes customers. I'll prepare some funds for you. Buy her highest quality wares.
What? We only just saw a knowledge capsule for the first time. We don't know how to tell which ones are good and which ones are bad.
That's true. Have you two heard of elemental sight? Oh, that's a surprise. Guess I'll have...
Что связано с стихией, окей.
Here are two knowledge capsules. Tell me, Can you detect any difference in their quality?
Ну, одна ярче, помню.
They look the same to Paimon.
Try inspecting them with elemental sight.
Ну да, одна ярче.
How'd it go? Did you see anything?
Rumor has it that higher quality knowledge capsules generally appear brighter when viewed through elemental sight. That's because knowledge originates from Irminsul, the root of Dendro power itself. The more powerful the knowledge, the richer it is in Dendro energy. However, some canned knowledge with a high concentration of elemental energy is of little use in contemporary times, so using elemental sight is merely a stopgap measure. But it's...
That sounds pretty impressive.
Here's a sheet with the informant's location and contact password, and here is the mora for don't be cheap. You'll need to spend to catch Dory's eye. If there's any mora left over, and be sure to exercise some caution. There have been Matra present in Port...
Matra?
They belong to the Academia's regulatory body. They also handle cases of illegal canned knowledge The Matra are razor sharp. You're in for nothing good if they lock their sights onto you. If you two want to back out, now's the time. Okay, then we have a deal. If you succeed in your dealings with Dory, come find...
Хорошо.
Looking at what Alhaitham
Да,
wrote,
поговорить.
Dory's
И
informant is
сколько
a
нам...
traitor near Old Ormos.
Так, а где это я забыл? Что за шифр? Сколько дали там? Не понял, ну ладно. А чё тут-то? Сколько там, чё там? Я не знаю.
Let's follow these instructions and try to
Ниже?
get in contact with him.
В смысле ниже? А. Вы чё будешь? Ой,
Hello. What are you two looking to buy?
Я уже забыл. Этим купить незрелые фрукты.
What a unique palate. We have unripe horror fruits, but we usually...
Following the paper got us past the first round.
Ronak, these two want to buy unripe horror fruits.
Got it. You two, please follow me.
Так, подожди, а я таки не помню. Это
You two have a fascinating fashion sense.
Просто интересно. Не понял. Носить цветок скорби. То есть... Носить цветок скорби. Купить капсулу. Купить легальный продукт. Ладно, думал, запомнил.
Hold on. Let me think. Sumeru rose means common merch. No, look again. We're obviously wearing morning flowers.
Ah, my mistake. I do apologize.
Whew. That pop quiz sure was scary.
Ah, the warehouse is up ahead. Please follow me.
Понял, надеюсь, мама не будет подсказывать, потому что я могу забыть эту всякую хрень.
Before I retrieve your products, I need to confirm a few. Please forgive me, but we may not have sufficient stock for you today. Earlier, many of our hara fruits were taken by mice.
Hold on. That's not right. Taken by mice means...
I'm sorry. But as things currently stand, we won't be able to fulfill your...
He's cautious of us. Let's take a closer look.
Блин. Эй, чё тут? Ну, тут ничего не связано с позицией основы. И вот что вот, блин.
Before I retrieve your products, I need to... Please forgive me, but we may not have sufficient stock for you today. Earlier, many of our hara fruits were taken by mice. Thanks. If better goods come in, you'll be the first to... You look like you have some skill. Why don't I pick out some fruits that'll make you dizzy?
Маме. Ладно.
Yep, that's the right answer. But eating hara fruit that makes your head and ears ring?
Would you like your hara fruits to be packaged in the Sumero City or Port Ormos style?
Ouch.
I'm guessing that you're going for a more traditional packaging since this is your first time here.
Wait a sec. Sumero City style means we're only buying a few things. He won't take us to see Dory if we do that. He's cautious of us. Let's take
Все, я понял, не надо, пойма,
Before I retrieve your... Please forgive me, but we may not have sufficient stock for you today. Earlier, many of our hara fruits were taken by mice. That you look like you have some skill. Why don't I pick out some fruits that'll make you dizzy?
Yep, that's the right answer. But eating hara fruit that makes...
Would you like your hara fruits to be packaged in the Sumero City or Port Ormos style? Wow, you two sure are generous customers. We'll be sure to package your products beautifully. Okay. Everything has been confirmed. Miss Dory is waiting for you up at... Shoot! It's the Matra! Run!
What? The Matra? Where? I'll hate them said we're done for if they catch us. We gotta get out of here.
Погоня. Нифига сразу.
We don't know this area, so let's follow that approach.
Драуш. Драл так удрал.
He ran that way. Look, he's over there.
Вы не прогружайся так долго.
Hey, if you're hiding from the Rishbaland tiger, come this way. Another password. Huh? Oh, that voice came from behind the building on the right.
Что? Я посмотрю. Мало ли. Где? Я походу понял. Тут в чем-то написано, значит. Ладно, пофиг. Может, мне нужен, надеюсь.
Here, over here. You can stop running now. So you were the one who was calling out to us just now. But, are we definitely gonna be safe here?
These two good customers wish to buy some horror fruit, Miss Dory. And if there's nothing else, I'll just excuse myself.
Oh, very good. Thank you. Huh? Wait, you're Dory? I'm unsure. Hey, what are you trying to say, Princess Pea-Brain? I can be scary enough when I need to be, believe you me. But it seems you two have actually done pretty well so far. Not only did you manage to find the informant, your reactions were also pretty sharp. You don't really look like criminals or anything. Paimon's not sure if that's supposed to be a... I can't risk doing business with people who start huffing and puffing after just a few paces. No matter how much more they might have. Not only will they get caught by the Matra, but they'll also get us. So that's why I prefer to have customers like you. It's your first time here, but don't worry, I won't ask too many questions. Even if you wish to buy enough knowledge capsules to decorate your house with, as long as you have lots of round, shiny Mora, then we're all good. Ah, yes, of course, of course. Go ahead. Wow, she has a trove of canned knowledge. Whew. She'd probably be in serious trouble if What kind of products do you seek, my dear customers? Don't worry, I'm not interested in your reason. Take this one, for example. An analysis of the sociological ideology and dialectics of the Hiliturals. Only 3 people in all of Tevat have ever... Yeesh! Who would want to be an expert in that topic? Or how about the architectural styles and construction methods of Tevat? And with this one, you can become an expert in historic architecture preservation and find an... Ooh, now this sounds 2 million Mora, and it's yours. Whoa! That's a lot of... Of course, you are free to pick whatever your heart's desire. The contents and price of each knowledge cap... All right. Let's try the method that Al-Haytham mentioned.
Давай.
Ah, you've really got to... We'll take these, please and thank you. My, oh my. You are blessed with a taste for both the exquisite and the extravagant. Customers like you are rare. Listen, I have a special offer for you two. If you spend just 100,000 more and more, you can... Say what now? Hey, did you hear that? Spend another 100K and we get a capsule worth a whole million. But all the canned knowledge we just bought is easily worth 500,000 Mora. If we spend just a little more, we can get... Think about it. We've gone to all this trouble to get this canned knowledge. And so far, aren't you even the least bit curious about how this whole canned knowledge thing works? We're talking instant knowledge here. Don't you want to try it yourself? Come on, come on. We still have around 100,000 of Al-Haytham's Mora left. So let's put it to good use by finding something useful for you. Excellent. Then please, select from this... Hold on a second. Paimon thought we could choose whatever we wanted. Why can't we Oh, but my dear customer, the knowledge capsules over here are worth 1 million Mora each. I'm sure... Oh, Paimon has a bad feeling about this. Let's use Elemental Sight again to check these. So, what did you see? So, they're all worth about the same amount? Well, anyway, the more has already been spent, so let's at least try to find something useful. Let Paimon take a look here. An introduction to traditional Sumeru brewing techniques, the art of growing spices, an overview of ancient runes. Oh, how about this one? Sword Fighting Techniques 8. Not sure we'd ever find volumes 1 through 7, but at least this knowledge should be useful, right? Let's go with this one. Dory, we'll take this one.
All right, very good. I'm expecting some new goods in the next couple days, so be sure to check back again soon. Whether it's can...
Perfect color.
Our dealings with Dory went smoothly enough. Let's head to Wakala Funduk and meet up with Alhaitham. Hopefully now he'll finally tell us about what the Academia lost.
Business.
Mora, Mora, shiny Mora. Please, come back anytime you...
Конечно. Куда-то придет. Ой, блин. Так, ладно. Так, хотя... Тут закончим. Давайте... Вот это. Нет, неудобно. Давай так. Так, ну что ж. Мы, в принципе, поторговали, как всегда, отлично. Так что увидимся в следующей серии. Скоро. Всем пока-пока.